Alright, here's a cleanup of what I found today. Got these 3 pieces of pottery, and believe it or not, they go together. They were all laying together. They weren't together when I found them, but I knew they all went together. And sure enough, I got to hold the phone or I'd show you. But those all go together. 3 big pieces of pottery. Nice. Now I found this little deal. There's the rim. Never found anything like that. Found this. The tip off of an airy head. Real beautiful material. Probably would have been a smoker. Found this one here. Not sure about this deal. It's kind of triangular shaped. It's rough, but it's worked all over. Found this tip here. It's a little bit different material than the rest of it. It's more of a blackish blue flint. Would have been a nice point too. And found this tip. That would have been a dandy. That white, that cream white with a little brown in it. And the ground where we was hunting was actually loaded with this flint. I mean, brown and red, white flint everywhere. And I found this little deal. It's serrated. I'm not sure if that's a point. I have to look at it through a magnifying glass, which I don't have with me on this trip. But it's got little serrations on both sides of it. I think that's a piece of a point. And I found this one in Missouri today. It's the first place we went. Found a ton of pottery. There's pottery everywhere up there in Missouri, in this big old huge bean field. And found this. It's quartzite. It's like the quartzite we find at home. But this was probably, I don't know if it was this may be a midsection. I don't really know. There's not enough there to tell, but it's worked all over. You can tell what it is. We find a lot of them at home, so. All right, that's that stuff. Went to another field today, which I pushed we'd went to the beginning, and found this. It's a bit off of a celt, and this thing would have been a beauty. It is highly polished. I'm not talking highly. That thing is slick as all get out, and nice little, comes down to a nice little bit. It's polished on both sides. You still see peck marks in it, but look here where it's busted. I don't know if you can tell it or not, me holding it the way I am. I don't think it was a very big one. I think it was kind of thin, very narrow, actually. I don't know, but that was a good find. And then I found something I've never found before. Never found nothing like this. And it was laying like this. And I walked over and picked it up. And guess what? It's a bird effigy. Rim rider on a piece of pottery. I've never found an effigy rim rider, ever. In all my years of hunting and picking up pottery, I've never even seen one. Actually, a friend of mine has one that's, I think it might have been a deer head or something, I'm not sure. But it's broke off of the rim. But this one has the rim. It's still attached. So, I am tickled plumb to death. Look at the detail on that. See the eye? And on this side as well. But I believe this one would have been facing in to whatever was in the pot. But I am tickled to death with that. That's a dandy, boys. Never found one. I'm thankful. Now, here's the find of the day. Never found one of these either. I found one, but not like this. And it was years ago. I picked this up. I didn't know what it was at first, but I put it on Facebook because I wasn't really sure what it was. One guy mentioned that it was a tie-on Atlatl weight, and it's made. I thought it was slate, but it's too heavy for slate. It's very heavy. I mean, it's crazy heavy. It's some kind of greenstone, probably some kind of rock that silt is made out of, but just a little bit busted off of the one end, but it is slick like crazy. I am tickled to death with that. And I found this next to a mound, a big mound. All of this came from next to a big mound, except for the quartzite broke point. Found it in Missouri, in a flat field. There's just nothing there except a little bit of pottery around an old cemetery. You walk around the edge of that cemetery in the field and you find pottery and stuff laying everywhere, and I found this. And found all this other stuff up here next to a mound, and I'm going to go back tomorrow, so wish me luck.